This is Laura, aka the Sound Sommelier, here with Yamin Semali, and your light just turned off.
Yeah, I got this monitor in front of me that's serving as my light. I'll make sure it stays on.
Yeah, I never realized this, but you need light in front of you and behind you to not.
It's a lot.
What's your earliest memory of hip hop, Yamin?
My earliest memory is probably driving on my first road trip to New York with my uncle Chuck and his friend Lance. We got family in New York, and I was probably 5. We took off from North Carolina, took a road trip, and we played everything like Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubian, Heavy D. I remember was getting played. A lot of the early East Coast stuff we was playing, and I remember I fell asleep, and I woke up and I seen all these big buildings I never seen before, and it sounded like what we was listening to, it just stayed with me like that. So when I think of hip hop, I think about bridges and skyscrapers and all of that, and family.
As you should.
No doubt. Yeah, sure.
So you probably just answered this question, but was music very present in your home growing up?
Yeah, I had different homes. I had a foster family. I had my grandma's family. I had my mom when she moved to Atlanta. And the cool thing is the same uncle I was just telling you about, when my mom came to Atlanta, he gave her a CD player. And in the CD player was that Brand Nubian album. He forgot to take it out. So I had that to learn, like when we got home.
Which Brand Nubian album?
Awful One.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's the first one, I believe. So yeah, this is I'm 5 years old or something like that. So my mom, I was a latchkey kid. So to say music was in my house at that time was a little different when we got here. I was by myself a lot until I got like a Walkman.
So did you grow up in East Point, Georgia?
Pretty much. Like we got there when I was 9. That was the same time that the first Outkast album came out. So it was kind of like I had an audio soundtrack to where I'd moved to. And I've been there off and on. Like I live like 2 miles from there now. A lot of my best friend DT, who I rapped with, Clandestine, he still lives there. And we separated by 2 traffic lights.
Nice.
Yeah.
When did you decide that you wanted to pursue a career in music?
Probably when my leg broke in high school, because I was balling. I was playing basketball. And I joined the art department in school when that happened. And my mom painted. My mom used to do courtroom sketches and shit like that. So
nice.
She was real, she was getting money. She went to FIT. She used to do all the fashion booklets and all that stuff. So I guess that composition mind state carried over to me. But we used to freestyle in class all the time, and I was somewhat of I wasn't a class clown, but when I broke my leg, I stopped taking shit seriously. So joking on people turned into freestyling against people, which kind of gave me a sense of purpose in class. So that's how that was the order of events.
So if you were in art class, did you ever dabble in graffiti?
Somewhat. I had friends who were better than me, but this was a turning point. My art teacher, Mr. Loho, right? He was a sculpture teacher. And he had a lot of stuff in his closet. He had a bunch of records in his closet, like jazz records, like dope CTI records and all that stuff we like to sample. And there was a record player in the library, and I had a sampler I put in my book bag. So I put all 3 together during lunch in his closet, in his lunchroom. His art room. When everybody else was at lunch, I'd be in there making beats. And that's kind of how everything came together, right there.
Nice. Can you talk a little bit about your time working for Red?
Red Distribution, yeah. If y'all don't know about Red, that's Relativity was bought by Loud Records. So all the the first couple Common albums, 3-6 Mafia, all that stuff came under one roof. So I got a bunch of vinyl real quick messing with them. I used to get in strip clubs when I was 16 through this 3-6 Mafia thing. And I was basically stickering up everything in my school. Nobody knew where these stickers was coming from. I was giving my friends T-shirts. I had the one thing I missed the most from that period of time. I wish I still had my HNIC sweater from Prodigy. I really wish I had that right now. Leakware. Yeah, man, just good times, just being too young in some of the places I was at, but experiencing it and learning.
Nice. How did you end up on the West Coast?
Got to the West Coast, my friend Stacey Epps. I guess her most popular release is that song "I" from Mad Villain. She's
Mm-hmm.
singing on there. But we go way back. Like, that's my homegirl. She asked me to come to LA when I was working at the airport in Atlanta. And ironically, my crew who came to Atlanta, who taught me everything about music and as far as like the culture, they had a lot of them move back. So it just was like kismet. She wanted me to come back. She wanted me to come there and DJ for her, and they was there. So that her request is what kind of set that off as a reality, you know. So that's what it started from.
How long were you over there for?
Like a year and some change. I seen you had John Regal on here recently. One of my favorite memories from that period of time was when I used to DJ at this thing called Quality of Life LA. It was on Melrose. It was called Cola for short, but it was a marijuana clinic. And we had nights in there. We would just bring NPCs and play beats. And Bobo Lamb, who's Dilla's brother-in-law, he did a comedy set one night. He came. So Lejay was there, Shoes was there, Black Milk was there. And that's one of my favorite like memories. We just played beats while he was cracking jokes and everybody in there's high. But shit like that was like almost common out there. Like people you respect and you see them on the humble. And yeah, that's Cali is always in my heart, for real.
So you named Marvin Gaye, James Brown, Dilla, and Pete Rock as key influences. Can you recall the first time you heard one of their records? Maybe where you were or what you were doing?
Oh, well, Marvin Gaye, I was definitely probably with my grandmother. She was Motown, everything, you know. Every time I used to visit, she had a different Cadillac. Not the same one, different one. So she had to bump, you know, she had the different playlists in there, whether it was the Supremes or the Temptations. But Marvin, he just had that mystery to him. And as I got older, his lyrics really resonated with me more and more. But that was definitely in probably my grandma's backseat where that started with the leather.
What was the impetus behind the formation of Clandestines?
Well, I'm in a large group. Well, I started out, we still like homies, like we still get it in. The Vinyl Junkies who started in LA, they came to Atlanta to the AUC to go to school. I was still in high school. But I got cool with them. And one of the members of Vinyl Junkies from LA, his name is Felix. He go by Phoenix now, my man in Boston. What's up? He was at Morehouse. He was the RA, which is like, you know, like the student. Yeah, I forgot what it stood for. Thank you. DT was incoming. He was in the incoming freshman program. I was at Georgia State. But, you know, Felix was up above DT, and he was like, yo, you need to meet my brother, my younger brother. Y'all do the same type of stuff. You both DJ, you both make beats, you both rhyme. And that's what it was. When I met DT, it just clicked. We sampled some of the same stuff before we knew each other. Like, we just had the same type of just aesthetic, you know what I'm saying, standards. And that's where it started from. If it wasn't for Felix, you know, seeing what he saw in him, you know, who knows what would have happened. But yeah, it was supposed to happen.
Nice.
What's up, Nina?
How did it feel when Plan B hit #1 on the Rap Attack Rap Network charts?
Oh shit. That was vindication, man, because we was like younger than everybody. Like everybody. Like you could ask anybody. Like we you know, people looked at us like you don't have no big like okay, let me back it up a little bit. The Vinyl Junkie, as you know it, the group, like I said, a lot of them went back to LA. And for a period, it was really just me and DT, you know? So being young, we was all young, but Vinyl Junkies had a reputation for kind of like being a LA group. So in Atlanta, we didn't really get a lot of love, even though I was from there. So people used to look at me like I was a foreigner, even though I was from there. So to kind of overcome like that stigma, and the song Plan B is not like it was very Atlanta-ish. If you hear it, you know what I'm saying. So it just really vindicated us as like being from the South, doing good hip hop, like real hip hop, quote unquote, and being recognized outside of the bubble where we were, because we were so busy trying to please people around us, we didn't realize that people miles away would have fucked with it, and that's kind of what opened up our minds to like, you know, hey, we got more we could be doing. So it just drove us to do better.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were named Georgia's Best Hip Hop Group at the Georgia Music Awards in 2012, and then you landed a spot on allhiphop.com's top 25 indie artist list in 2013 and 2016. Did these events?
Yeah, all those years, every year in between too.
Oh, all of them? All right.
Yeah.
Did these events have a huge effect on your career?
Actually, yeah, I can't even front. I mean, I think every piece of media, you know, if it's positive, even when it's negative, unfortunately, not for me, but I think, you know, media is good. Not all news is, you know, what's the saying? Like, all news is good news.
All news is good news. Mm-hmm.
I don't really subscribe to that, but those are great things.
Okay.
Like, all hip hop was, they was doing a lot of work with the Wake Up Show, so that put me in that, you know, legendary type of atmosphere. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember the Saphir and High Road battles and shit. Like, that meant a lot to me. So, yeah, that was that means a lot, man. It wasn't just like a empty gesture. Like, you know, that was big for me, and it still is. And it put me in a different conversation as a solo artist for sure.
So you collaborated with artists including Count Bass D, J-Live, and the Cunning Linguists. Are there others you hope to work with in the not too distant future?
Yeah, I would say Anderson .Paak would be awesome. Even as a producer, I would like to produce for him. I want to work more with. I got a song with Corrupt with my man Big Vision. I'd like to work with Snoop one day. I just finished watching that versus battle. He sounds the same. Like he's he's immortal. You know, he's like the vampire Lestat of hip hop. In a good way. And man, you know, Dre. I'm just super influenced by the West. Battle Cat is like probably one of my top. He's in my top 5. Black Thought has been one of my favorites. I would have called him my favorite in 12th grade, in like 10th, 12th grade. So it ain't nothing new. And people didn't understand what I was saying back then. So even just that full circle, like he's getting his flowers now. I would like to still work with him. Yeah, like, and a lot of my homies who just ain't on, man, like Lazarus. It's just like certain people I just really want to see get it. My nigga Ozzy in LA, just to show some, you know, just the Ozzy Reigns, just so people know certain people out here they can kind of, you know, maybe check out later.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you like about Pac?
His versatility, his humor on the low. He's hilarious to me. Like, what did he be saying? But just his range, his vocal, he don't sound like nobody. He's been at it for a while. Pudge, actually, from the Vinyl Junkies, from my original crew, he actually produced for him way back. And, you know, just to see that trajectory of people. I'm a drummer, too. So, you know, knowing he was, you know, just knowing that he was drumming for, like, Iman Omari, and now all of a sudden he's just doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just good to see people growing in a positive direction.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his, too.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome dude. Raw talent, you know.
How did you come to join the Scratch Academy Atlanta team as a DJ and production instructor in 2016?
That's all DJ Precise, DMC champ, Chicago's own, just a super chill dude, humble. And when I call somebody humble, it's because it kind of belies their talent, you know? If I'm using that word right, I think I am. But he's just an ill guy, man. Like, we had a lot of good times over there. I wish they were still open in the city. But
they're not?
Nah, but we still, it's like a system, you know, it's like a community. Like if something's going on, like an event, we can post up and do something, but it ain't no brick and mortar no more, you know.
Got it.
But yeah, man, that was all due to Johnny Precise. I got to work with DJ JC, who's just a beast, you know, Ludacris's DJ. So many cats, DJ Jelly, Atlanta legend. I taught some people who are doing big things right now, and I just feel like my little influence might have been a percentage of that, you know. So I feel good. I feel like I gave back to the city that way.
Nice. So when did you start working on your new album? How long ago?
The longest it's taken me to ever release a project is 2017. I can't even believe that. When I thought about it, it just blew me back. But yeah, it's been 3 years. I used to actually go to Virginia to work with Schizo and Rafiq. What up, bro? They have a group called Cult Fiction, The Cult Fiction. And, you know, he actually produced a couple songs on my second album. Sorry, I got the light coming back on.
That's okay.
he produced the intro to my second album, Senior Dues. You probably can't find it right now. I took it down for a minute. I'm redoing some stuff, but yeah. So we got a little history since like at least 2013, but that album started in 2017. What up, boy? There you go, right there. Ace, what up, fool?
Has it taken you a while? Could you kind of put it to the side for a bit, or you've just been kind of perfecting it for a while?
I feel like I've been working at it consistently. We got like 40 something songs done. Like I've done a lot of songs with him that people have. He probably ain't even heard all of them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he makes so many beats. It was really critical that I picked something that fit the theme of the project rather than just throwing a bunch of shit on it. And I was doing a lot of features. I did a lot of touring since 2017. That was also a thing right there, just touring and coming back to Atlanta and having to kind of restart, get my career going, because I have a separate career that I'm doing really good at right now. So I'm glad I slowed down artistically so I can kind of just round myself out in a more adult fashion. And everything kind of came together like perfect timing. So yeah.
So when is it dropping?
Tuesday, 28th.
And what can fans expect on first listen?
Energy. Some, like I re-released my first album from 2013 this year and updated it a little bit. And I had a single called Black Leather. So the lyrics, the pace and the rhythm is a little different than what people expect from me. A lot of double time and shit like that, but over a boom bap. So I hope people can really understand, like, I'm an Atlanta dude with like New York family. And I think that's what it sounds like. And I've got homies who taught me about the culture from LA. So I'm just like Mr. Gumbo. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot going on. But it's not too much. I think it's really gonna be like a testament to that, to just being like not stuck in one area regionally, but making it jail right. I hope so anyway.
Nice. Do you want to play anything for us?
Sure, why not? I mean, this is a good opportunity, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really glad you hollered at me. So yeah, let me just pull something up real quick.
Thank you.
I'll let you hear some stuff. Did you anything you think I should lead with, like just off top?
Oh,
Just like,
I listened to it straight through, so I don't recall song titles, but
I got you. Well, okay. I ain't gonna put you on the spot like that. I'm just opening up some files. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Maybe because my computer is shy, maybe right now, because I'm on live. Oh, you want to play Immortal, Ace? All right. Ace Boogie said play Immortal. All right, so at least while I'm pulling this up, I can give a little backstory on this song. I wrote this song in memory of my mom. She passed away due to suicide actually in 2013. And we didn't really have no funeral or nothing like that. Like it was all done, you know what I mean? So I did this in memorial of her. I didn't just tackle the topic of like death straight on, but I called it Immortal to kind of like talk about what kind of transcends death. And I also got my dude Maurice Piranha Head from Detroit. He's one of the premier black orchestra conductors in the fucking world. He's lived in Detroit. He put together a whole like ensemble for this song, and he did all the string work on the De La Soul album, the last De La Soul project, the crowdfunded one.
The Anonymous Nobody?
Yes, I was gonna say the Infamous Nobody. I was like, nah, that's my deep mixed in there. Like, but yeah, I got it right here. My bad. He did that. He's done a lot of stuff with Bootsy Collins and P-Funk, George Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
No, I think today's his birthday.
Yeah, it actually is. Yep. And I saw that from Piranha Head. Right. Let me see what's going on. Right. This song is actually out. I dropped it as a single last year.
First one?
Yeah. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
What up, Max?
And everything else you can't see but a spell. You leave ice in the heat and it melts. But that water's still water you can drink to get health. Yeah, it's energy, there's no creating or destroying it. It's still water even when you start boiling it. Life goes on even if you ain't enjoying it. You might as well create the panacea from the poisonous. I'm making monkeys voice to wrist while my voice exists. The world is what my oyster is. I'm about to stick with it. Play it when you're an ancient pistol like Dr. Morpheus. The way I'm living, boy, you know I'm in the mortal list. I think of a rhyme, write it down and record it there so I can take it for a spin next time I'm on again. Going back to the future with no DeLorean, no dashboard, a passport straight from the origin. Like, yeah, my niggas, we immortal. That's why you see the light at the end of the portal. When I die, don't cry, cause I'm coming back for it. Yeah, I'm coming back for it. Yeah. That's why my niggas is immortal. That's why I see the light at the end of the portal. When I die, don't cry, cause I'm coming back for it. Yeah, I'm coming back for it. This is for the men and the women who were murdered by one time. Even children, cause they trying to cut off our bloodlines. Suicidal sufferers, the people who done tried. I'm here to tell you all you coming back like the sunshine. It's reincarnation. So why you stargazing? You're looking at the representation of all nation. Maybe I have a daughter with the spirit of my mama. Pure, like before she ever suffered from a trauma. I swear I never understand why she get used there. Cause everybody had to understand that she's blessed. A part of me, yes, and she can see there's a reset. My biggest challenge is giving her every respect. So Father, please forgive her, then forgive respect. Gather you your righteousness, like over to the heat. So many of the oppressed are feeling so distressed. They try to bury us and didn't know we could see. That's right, that's why my niggas is immortal. That's why you see the light at the end of the portal. When I die, don't cry, cause I'm coming back. Yeah, I'm coming back for you. That's why my niggas is immortal. That's why you see the light at the end of the portal. When I die, don't cry, cause I'm coming back for you. I'm coming back for you. Like this. If I die, I'ma only come back.
Yeah.
You should do a listening session next Tuesday. That totally just made me miss listening sessions.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I've been thinking the same thing. Like virtual is kind of good for that too, because people who can make it in the flesh, at least they can catch it. You know. But,
Like I think the last listening session I went to was for the Anonymous Nobody.
Oh, word. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I donated enough to the Kickstarter to get a spot in there.
That's dope. That's really cool.
That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, like full circle. Like between that, like I feel like working with him was like, and Dave West is one of my best friends too. Like we've gotten really close in
Nice.
Atlanta, and Reeves. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I can't believe you know him. He just messaged me and he's like, "Yo, you're interviewing me? That's my homie." And I was like, "I didn't know you knew him."
He took great care. Like the first time I really came to the Bay, he really took care of me for real. I went there to kick it. Well, I did a High Road Day with Cunning Linguist. I DJ for them there in 2016.
Nice. I've never been. That's still on my bucket list to go.
Oh yeah, man. Hopefully people just I can't just say people. I just hope things change so we can get back to doing what we love, man.
No, the San Francisco is my second favorite city in the world, and I'm dying to get back there.
Yeah, for DJs too, man, it's just like Mecca,
Mm-hmm.
Like it was real, and all the High Road guys like that I know, like Pep and Torre, like that, like they treat you like they just treat you like they know you, man. Like at least me, that's the vibe I got. Like they really good, great people, man. So anytime I'm going back for sure. B-side, what's up at B-side? Yeah.
You want to play anything else, or you want to leave it at that?
Man, now you got me wanting to play shit. That's cool.
We got time.
All right.
If you got time.
Yeah, definitely. I'll play something kind of short. Then, nah, you know what? I was talking about Lazarus earlier, my boy from Raleigh. I'm gonna play a song we did together. He's like my alike on the mic. As far like when people hear his songs and I play them, they're like, "Is that you?" And people, he like vice versa. You know what I'm saying? We like twins in this shit for some reason. And he's from Raleigh, where I was born. So it's something to that. I'll just play. It's called Mariana's Trent. I mean, not Mariana's Trent. Mariana's Web. Mariana's Trench is supposed to be the deepest point
Right.
in
Mm-hmm.
Earth. So I called it Mariana's Web, like dark web, deep web. You know, it's on some like, I just play it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, wait, what's the story behind the title, though?
Okay. Let me see. So the theme of this joint, all right, so you saw the artwork on my page about the album, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you see it's like this detached arm or detached hand that has like a phono plug on it.
Mm-hmm.
So the album's called Phantom Feeling. So it's really about being detached and still feeling, you know, the
like phantom limb thing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took that type of imagery because I'm a big Terminator fan too. So I was like, shit, like if hip hop turned into some Skynet shit and you got like rappers who are actually Terminators, like being a real MC at that point means that you have to be able to kill like rappers who are industry made. So me and Laz on this song are kind of, it's kind of nerdy, but we killed this shit. I ain't even gonna lie. Like everybody's a little nerdy.
Everyone's a nerd. Mm-hmm.
What up, Meeks, man? So yeah, we both just kind of like Rage Against the Machine type shit in terms of just like being natural world shit versus virtual world shit. So that's pretty much it. So Mariana's Web, this is a premiere, man. I wish my man was on with us right now so he could hear this shit, but check it out.
Welcome to the future. Intelligent machines and human form are set to be expanded in all areas of life. Some the seeds have infiltrated the culture yet. They have struggled to replace a handful of the strongest national specimens. All y'all I seen both. Half of y'all ain't even know. I'll eat most like a meatloaf. They'll beat toast like brioche. That's West Coast or the East Coast. Dirty South, but okay, no. Washing my hair free of these hoes. All the time that I need so. Niggas roll my way like speedboat. So I turn this shit to a ski slope. Then I'm seeing slow into the deep snow, but never decompose. Cause it's freezing cold. How to leave road, keep feeling so. Feel the bold, I'm breathing yo. I'm singing notes, still ringing though. Now I'm breathing slow from a sleeper hole. What you beat so much to see the throw. Cause the beats are roll, then I need the mo. Gotta keep it low, so the weeks exposed. The beat look low, then I squeeze the flow. I would read the row when I was 3 years old. You can't see my flow, it's like the Sphinx's nose. What you need to know is I'm a genius, so bring your folks, I got steam to smoke. When you sleep, I'm woke. When you think I float, everything I wrote is a meanest quote. It's the king, I'm home, if the nation rolls. So seize the throne, but for the reach the boat, I see green go. Dreaming cold, burn leaves and cold, and turn steel to gold. Seal the clothes for the thieving souls. Don't watch me, watch your speaking song.
One New York Times article entitled "A Cyber Attack Hobbled Atlanta," and security expert Shutter calls this incident one of the most sustained and consequential cyber attacks ever mounted against a major American city.
All right, so this is Lazarus coming up. King Laz. Yeah, King Lazarus. Type that in.
Simple terms, AI is the intelligence displayed by machines in
LAZURUS.
our brains in the realm of the mind are incredibly
LAZARUS.
Yeah, LAZU.
LAZU.
Greatness when you live in patience. Kill creation, trying to mimic nation. I don't feel this way, I just incinerate shit. Let you live, I feel I've been too gracious. Catch you slipping like a figure skater. I'm a figure agent, don't with this razor. Then the rain, the smoke, indicating from a gender agent. Boy, business crazy. With the pain I feel to this day, I get the print the page and there's a ventilation. Get the slip of blaze, a little quickation. When you get in paper, turn friends to haters. Saying business change, but really business change. They're participating. I was switched away. They were the situations. Ever in their favor, I don't entertain these little entertainers. Lit this thing up like a fist away, then I can kill your favor. Never lift the finger. We don't different pages, rather different papers. For the risk I'm taking and admit you bang. You never lift mistakes. You only whisper changes. We were in the games before the imitation. Against the grain is where I built my name at. You niggas stage, niggas be switching faces. The city, the table with those who whip containers. That have been on the thing on your own. You're just a stranger. They forget where you came before. Smudge in the famous. Typical slave shit. But if you behave, you do what I'm saying.
Reed, you missed it. We were talking about you.
Prejudice against my nature to keep women waiting, so I'm out. But I hear my name, you better hit the pavement, nigga. Blah. That's a wish I made. Another skit so bait. We in the house.
My bad, what you said?
No, Reed just came in and I said we were talking about him.
Oh, Reed. What up? What up, guy? He's like so OG to the city, man. People, you're gonna need a documentary before it's all over with.
I feel like everyone that I know in Atlanta knows each other.
Yeah, like that's just music. That's the dating scene. It ain't just music. parents, like, yeah, it'd be like that.
Nice. Well, thanks for sharing. You want to play anything else, or you good?
I'm good. I really wanted to come out. You know, this is probably like, I really focused on not talking about this album a lot, just because you can play yourself by just, hey, it's coming, you know what I'm saying? And I've worked on it so long, I'm like, what's another week or two? I don't give a, you know, people see the art, and I'm really big on, like, if you're an artist and you're listening right now, just consider this, like, if you promote something and there's nothing to sell, you know, you kind of wasted a moment, you know? Like, that's how I've been looking at things, like, unless you're just getting paid off of clicks or something like that. But no, this is a project. Like, as soon as people hear about it, they should be able to run to it. I put a little teaser up yesterday, you know, just to kind of, you know, let people know something's coming. But that was it. Like, I'm not really doing this too much. I'm gonna enjoy the artist, the element of surprise somewhat, you know. I mean, other than this.
Yeah, I feel like that's the new thing. So many people are like announcing albums that are coming out that day.
Yeah.
At midnight.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's gonna be there. Like, give it some energy. Like, don't waste it. That's how I feel.
So how has your focus shifted since the start of the pandemic? Have you always been kind of like a homebody, so you're kind of cooling low for a bit, or?
Well, now this is the first, my career is like real now, you know, like before I was just kind of winging it in life and hoping shit would work with music and all that. I'm a different person. Like, I turned into a different person, like, right when this happened. So it's kind of hard to really say what I would have been doing or what I'm doing. Like, last year I was doing Lyft and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm handling like accounts with, like, you know, and doing the work, but like I got hella corporate clients. Like, you know, life is just different. It's gotten better for me personally, but in terms of like socially, I was always kind of ready for shit like this, at least mentally, because I kind of always felt we were coming to a head somewhere. You know, like that Roots album, The Tipping Point. You know what I'm saying? Like, All Things Fall Apart too. Like, ironically, right? Like, I just kind of already had, and I read that book in high school, and I just kind of always remembered those universal concepts of kingdoms falling, cultures being dissolved, you know, big bank take little bank, basically. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, I just kind of knew America was built on a fucked up foundation, and it couldn't last forever. And what a time to be alive, you know? So I kind of anticipated these things just from a spiritual, cultural standpoint. And it hasn't really changed me much. I just thank the creator that I've been able to kind of thrive right now, because I'm so used to, I mean, I've always had good grades. Like, you know, certain shit, I didn't finish school. I've always had certain shit just take precedence in my life. And I say that to say, even with my career now, a lot of people doing my job, they went to school for it. I did not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just blessed like that. And I'm actually handling real shit that people who went to school can't even do. Sometimes I just feel like I was endowed with certain gifts, and it's nothing to brag about. It's just something to help me survive, you know? So I'm where I need to be, but, you know, I still have a lot of empathy for people dealing with these changes. So I got my feelers out in that sense. You know, we got an uphill battle in a sense with justice before this shit happened. And, you know, America ain't gonna not be racist because of a pandemic. So, you know, we feel the brunt of that just the same. So honestly, it ain't so much different for me.
So kind of along those lines, how have instances of racial prejudice and unnecessary use of force resulting from systemic racism in this country affected you and those close to you?
Shit, my parents, man. I probably would have never been a foster kid at all if it wasn't for, you know, I mean, I don't want to make excuses, but my daddy sold big dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, he wasn't honorable with the people around him. He could have held my mom down in a way that things might have been different. He was just always out for self. But see, when people are out for self and they have that scarcity mindset, it's brought on to them by their surroundings a lot of times. So I'm not making excuses for my dad, but even starting from home, man, just, you know, I remember, you know, being separated, like, from my dad. I remember the day. I remember seeing him behind glass. I remember seeing my cousin Oh, I remember I used to write to my cousin when he went to prison over a murder charge. He didn't even do the shit. He got out, but you know that was like fucking a blessing. I've been pulled over by police. I've had the whole lining of my car ripped out, dogs on my shit, ripped the shit, you know, and because they thought I had dope because of my county on my license plate in a small town in North Carolina. I'm just visiting my family. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of real shit, man. Like, you know, they give you the drugs and then they blame you for having them. You know what I'm saying? But we got to be smart enough to not hold them. You know what I'm saying? Because drugs and violence has definitely had an effect on my family. You know, and it ain't because we asked for the shit. You know, so it's just what it is. It ain't nothing that we ain't heard before. There's no real unique story that I got to tell, but we've all dealt with the same shit for so long, and it's informed a lot of my beliefs and just what I know to be true. And you know, it'll come out in the music, it'll come out in conversation. You know, it's nothing I can really say like a speech about. It's just ingrained in us at this point. You know?
Well, Yamin, I thank you so much for taking the time. Is there anything else that you want to share, like social media promotion or anything like that?
Well, this is me. If you just hearing about me right now, thank you for listening. Thank you, definitely, L. And shit, nothing special, man. Just think for yourself, because a lot of people are thinking for you right now. Trust me. So, at least give yourself the consideration you give a candidate, because you're the only candidate, you know what I'm saying, to live in this flesh you got for you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just, you know, think about somebody, you know, think about the ones around you, how you affect them, you know, try to be a part of the ecosystem in a positive way, not a political fucked up way. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Well, we're all looking forward to Tuesday.
Yeah, spend some feeling. That shit is gonna ring off. I swear to God. Like, only if you play it. Only if you play it. That's
Where
it.
where are people going to find it?
All right, let me be 100% transparent. I had it already uploaded to the streaming services, but I had to take it down today because one of my featured artists decided they ain't like they joint, so I took it off. I'm not gonna say who, you know what I'm saying, but we got that's
They do that?
I respect it, because if I would have asked somebody like that for what they was asking for, I would have probably wanted it. So so it's all good. But I said that to say that I'm re-uploading it actually right now. That's what this is on this light. This is my monitor up here. So hopefully it'll be ready on the 28th on streaming, but it'll definitely be on Bandcamp on 28th for download and purchase. And if you bought my Discog from Bandcamp in the last 3 years, you're gonna get it for free. So you know, that's closed now. That's if you did it already. So don't buy it
Don't
now.
be trying to do it now, yeah.
But yeah, man. I got videos. I got other interviews. Like, just, you know, Yamin Semali. Just, you know, Google me, man. I'm here. I'm from East Point, Georgia, for the most part, and I'm just here to make good music. I'm not done. So check me out.
Nice. Well, thank you. Have a great night. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon.
You do the same. I appreciate you once again. Y'all have a good evening, everybody.
Have a good one.
All right, peace.